Wow, we're live.
We're live. We're live. Live, I said. In case
Live, I tell you.
you know
Live.
we're live.
We are live. My computer is broken. So one of my computers, the computer I would do this at normally, is broken. So we believe it's because I got coffee on it. So that has to go back to HP for repairs. Fortunately, I insured it, and I insured it for accidental damage because I happen to know me, and I knew that that was probably a wise idea to do that. So yeah. So that's the. Hold on a second here. That's the deal. So I'm doing it from my phone, if you will. If you will. If you will.
And hopefully you're not getting naked right now. That would be bad.
I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
Mary Sunshine.
Mary Sunshine. Hey, don't you say my name. Don't you say my name. Okay. Actually, you didn't though, so I guess it's okay. All right.
Are you the warden of BAM? You're an
Yes.
idiot.
I'm the one bam. Yes. I've declared myself such because that's really all you need to do.
Now don't listen.
Why?
Don't say the one name you know you can't say because then they're gonna pounce. They will pounce, and it'll be pounceyful.
Lots of pouncing.
Now, like Tigger. They pounce like Tigger. I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm not gonna lie, okay? A lot of people will lie, Mike. I'm not one of those people. I live in constant fear of them pouncing. I do. I it's been very traumatic for me personally.
I could tell you can't even go and be on camera.
No, I'm scared. I'm scared, Mike.
That's
All right.
oh yeah. I could feel the fear, the waves of fear rolling
Now
off.
listen, I get threatened literally every day of my life on all kinds of social media platforms. But when I heard the word that a group of nerds was going to pounce and say mean things on in wrestling belt groups, I was fucking terrified.
Why wouldn't you be? I mean, I'm terrified just thinking about it, much less actually having it threatened.
A bunch of my friends, as you know, have been swatted this week.
Yes.
I was just talking to one of them right before we got on the air, and all of us we got together basically last night and decided we were going to call all our local police departments and let them know what's going on. You know, so that if any calls come in, they still have to take the call, but it's a lot. It's just a better situation because now they're aware that it's 99.999% chance it's bullshit. And these are the proactive things you have to do. And I was just saying to the guy, I'm not going to say his name, but I said it's a fucking amazing the shit we have to do because we have jobs where we might have an opinion someone disagrees with.
It's a ridiculous world we live in.
And God forbid somebody disagree with you.
That's true. That's very true. God, dude, you're right. God forbid.
Because then they will pounce.
Pouncers.
They will pounce by the ounce. So don't, whatever you do, Mike, you're taking your life in your hands. Don't say that name. The name which shall not be said.
I actually considered at one point like putting my name tonight being pouncing Mikey Hidden Gianni.
Now,
But
are there people watching right now?
yes, there are people watching.
Okay,
Yes.
because somebody just messaged me that they can't see us.
Okay, I don't know. There's people. Are they on YouTube? Ask them if they're on
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay. I mean, we are live. We have viewers. I could see the number in the corner. Here, yeah, here's Roy Kolb. He could see us. And really, that's all that matters.
Do we have like a lot of people or?
Yeah, we have a decent amount. Yeah.
All right, because I can't see because I don't have the thingy. By the way, speaking of seeing things, can we
I'm
take a look?
control, motherfuckers. Yes,
Can we
I'm in.
take a look at this?
Yes, am I able to put you on your solo layout? Let's go. There we go.
So this is an HD, and this is no. He's tied for favorite wrestler of all time with Bret Hart. And as Bret said to me, I said, Bret, you and him are the reason I got into wrestling. And he said to me, well, those are two good reasons. The NWA plate, there's the WWF plate. But here's something a Zam of Shazam belts. I don't know how many belt makers can do this. Here's something he can do to the back of your belts. And I haven't seen a lot of guys out of Pakistan that are doing this. But this was Ricky's favorite part of the belt because I gifted him one. And this is my favorite part of the belt, honestly. And this belt, this main plate is 12 inches, 12 by 13, 12 high, 13 across. It is massive. It is massive. And it was not cheap. um, and I made, in essence, three of them. So one for me, one for Ricky, and then a plaque that has these plates on it. So just really, I mean, Ricky's like, so I got my Ricky belt, my Bret Hart belt. And I would like to gift Bret Hart the Bret Hart belt. Um, So, and I do talk to Natty sometimes, so I might actually go that route. Thank you so much. I'm looking at this on my phone, so
Yes.
oh, that's interesting. I have a Rocky shirt on also.
Well, there we go. See, you know why? Because for two guys, even though we're afraid of being pounced on. What do you want from me? What do you want me to say? I'm afraid.
Look, man, I know some guys that are ready to pounce on you, right?
Pouncing, yes, pouncing, 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 pouncing. Yes, we're pouncing. So we
I
had some.
thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go by Dick Warden.
Nah, no, I have declared myself the warden of band. See, that's it. That's all you need to do. Declare yourself one. You are one.
Are you
There
gonna cut it?
it is. Yes.
Are you gonna cut a super cool wrestling promo on me?
No.
Let me tell you something.
No. I'll
If
just
you
sit
go
here.
live, if you're cutting promos in wrestling groups, and I know a lot of guys do this, if you're cutting promos in wrestling groups, I have to assume you were not the most popular kid in school. I just have to assume. I could be wrong, but I have to assume that. Um, unless you're in a promo group, and even then, it's a little weird. I got to be honest. To me, it's a little weird. You have your fun if that's what you do, because everything we do is weird, right? Collecting the belts is weird. Collecting action figures is weird. All the shit we do is weird. So that's weird to me. It's not something I would do, but
You know what I find weird? You know what I find weird? Getting belts from a maker and getting them cheap and then selling them to other people because you find stuff wrong with them. And then you take that money and then you have the maker make you another one, but you never send them the money. I find that weird.
and you threaten them because your group
Yes.
is really big and you're going to expose them.
I find that very weird. Matter of fact,
That's
that could almost be criminal.
that's a bold statement to make. That's a bold statement to make.
Yes. Well,
But
one
you
good.
feel like, do you feel like now that you've said that though, there's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, like a boulder lifted off your shoulders.
No, but I'll tell you this though. I had the sniffles earlier this week, so I was afraid I had AIDS, but thankfully I didn't. So I'm
Was that the dumbest thing in the whole world?
so thankful, So
They
I'm okay.
said they said I was an AIDS child. What?
Yeah.
Who said that? Where? Who said that? Where? Bro, listen, and to that person, I will say, and just so you understand this, because I know, like in you guys chat group at night, like me and Mike are huge topic of conversation. I get that, but until we do something like this, have a little fun. I think and I want to be very clear about this. I want you to look into my eyes so you know that I'm telling you the truth. This is important. I think about you never, and when I say never, I mean like never. None of you people ever cross my mind ever, unless Mike brings you up or one of my other friends brings you up and say, hey, you know about that. Other than I personally on my own never think about you. Ever, never. What's that? Dave Dixon. I think about you. I don't know, Dave. Do you cut a promo on your show? Listen, if you're having fun, you want to cut a promo. I think it's weird. I think it's weird to cut promos. Um, in public. You want to stand in front of your mirror with a belt on your shoulder, cut a promo all day long. Um, I personally, I don't know. I mean, but it doesn't matter what I think. If I think it's weird, it doesn't matter. I was telling somebody this earlier today. It doesn't matter if somebody thinks what you're doing is not cool. If somebody thinks your belt's not cool. If somebody, it doesn't matter. So I was talking to somebody today. There was an incident last night, and as you know, Mike, there's a group in this hobby,
Yes.
and they're bullies. What they do is they have a group, and I've seen them do it. I've seen them do it to Gary Sutton. I seen them do it to Matt Panetta. Now I see them doing it to this Jonathan kid, where they pick a target and then they just rag on this guy and they just harass this person. And then they get into their little chat room and they have like a little circle jerk and they talk about the guy and, oh, did you see what I posted? Look how cool I am. Like, dude, like a fucking high school cafeteria lunch table. Fucking stupid. I was in the group, so I know. You were in the group. Like, we saw it. And it was fucking stupid. It reminded me, you're in your 40s, some of you in your 50s, and you're circle jerking yourselves about who's torturing somebody in an online group. It's mind-boggling to me. I understand that teenagers do this. I get that. It's wrong when teenagers do it. But when grown men are doing it, absolutely fucking absurd, ridiculous to a level that I can't personally comprehend. But they are. This is what they do. It's how my opinion is you probably have like a low self-esteem and this is how you make yourself feel better about your shitty life. And so when that no, you're gonna get pounced on now, bro. I'm not
I
responsible
didn't
for this.
say a word. I didn't
I
say
don't
a
have a
word, did
computer in front of me. I can't even do this.
I? I didn't say a word, did I?
But you didn't say a word, but you're gonna get pounced on. So um and like to me, like one of the guys, two of the guys in the group are well into their 50s. Well into their 50s, have grown children and they're sitting here harassing people online over a wrestling belt. So I said to the guy, he told me, he was very upset, and he handled it wrong. And I told him today that he handled it wrong. I like the kid, but I said, bro, like you could never live my life, and you know, Mike, you see it. Like I get attacked every single day of my life on a nonstop basis on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, on Instagram, wherever they can find me, they attack and harass me. And I laugh, I block, I delete, I move on with my day. If I see it, I block and delete. If I don't see it, but you have to have a thick skin to do what we do for a living. You do it too in a different way, but we're in the same business. Um, you have to have a thick skin. And I know some people that do what we do and they don't have a thick skin and they'll fight with like everybody. And I'm like, bro, that'd be like a full time job. Like you can't just fight. So how I've always judged it, and I guess why I was never upset when people call me names in real life before I was in this business anywhere. I never got upset when people ragged on me or whatever because I always, and this is just something I developed on my own. But in order for what you say or think of me to matter to me, I have to value you. I have to value your opinion. I have to value you as a person. If I don't, then what you say means nothing. Now, if you say something about me, if my friend Joe says something about me, if Franklin says something about me, my girlfriend, a family member, somebody I care about gets mad at me or says something about me, that hurts. But some douche on the internet, I don't care. I don't care. I don't know. I just look at you and I'm like, you don't matter to me. So if you don't matter to me, your opinion doesn't matter to me. And so I told this guy because this guy like messaged Nick like I told him I used the word unhinged. I said your messages look unhinged, and so now they know they got you right. So you gave them a victory, and B, you look like you're not. playing with a full deck of cards, right? Because you're going nuts and freaking out because somebody doesn't like your belt and they're making fun of your belt. Who the fuck cares? So I said to him, I just broke it down. I said, "Are you happy with the belt? Do you enjoy it? Do you like it?" Yeah. That's it. That's the end. Who the fuck cares? Leave that group, block those people, move on with your life. Just block those people. If you block, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret about Facebook and the internet. If you block those people, they're out of your life. They are out of your life. You're never gonna hear from them again. And so that's it. So say what you want about the G Man, whose name was here on the bottom of the screen a while ago. He didn't want
Don't
nothing to
say
do with
it.
us.
Don't say it.
I won't say it.
Don't say it.
I don't want the warden to pounce. I live in terror. But the G Man didn't want nothing to do with us anymore. He blocked us and he moved on with his life. I never talk about the guy. I really don't. And as far as I know, in public anyway, he doesn't talk about me. And that's it. Clean hands. I wish no harm to the guy. Hopefully, he doesn't wish any harm to me. And if he does whatever. I can't control that. I can't control other people. But he blocked and moved on. And that's it. That's the end of it. That's actually the most mature thing he's ever done that I know of.
And
It's
I'm going to say this too. If this gets some people riled up and they get all upset and they have to talk about us and pounce next week on a show, bro, calm the frick down. It's called having a little bit of fun. You know what I mean?
having some fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll pounce next week, and I'm sure somebody will tell me about it.
And I'm
And
sure
I'm
there'll be
sure,
darts thrown about and this and that, and they're gonna keep it. Okay,
and,
that's not,
and I'm sure they believe that with our insanely busy schedules, we're tuning in each and every week.
yeah.
We're not. Um, we're not. I barely tuned into BAM, and I was on it. Uh, so I don't tune into anything to do with the hobby at all. I'm having fun. I like wrestling. Um, my belt collection's pretty much done. I just get customs here or there, or I'll probably snatch, a few of the golden titles this year, or um, I got a few of the Cenas, little commemorative things that I can keep in like their bags and keep in storage. But like, I'm not in the hobby. I don't. If I was in no groups tomorrow, I wouldn't make a shit like a difference to me. I wouldn't care.
No,
Wouldn't care about it.
I've left almost every group. I'm in like
Me
maybe
too.
4 or 5 now total. That's it, including ours. So that's
I
it.
mean,
I don't care.
I'm in Championship Belt Brothers. I'm in Big Boys belts, Belt Talk, all elite belts, and ours. Oh, I think I'm at 4 millimeter belts. I'm in the gold standard. I'm in like some other little ones that I don't really pay that much attention to. I don't pay attention to any of them really. Um, I guess I probably pay attention to Big Boys and all elite more than any others. Just because there's a lot of posts in those groups, so they pop up on my timeline more. But there was a Championship Belt Brothers one posted popped up before, and it's cool to see. Like I like to see people get their new belts and they're happy and shit. Like I like that. That brings me joy.
But you know what?
Um,
To go back to the Jonathan situation, here's the thing. We all talk about enjoying this hobby and this and that, and everybody should enjoy yourself, have fun. That's what I always say. Have fun, have fun stuff. I don't listen, I'll be honest. I've seen some pretty shitty belts in my time.
I mean,
I've
he had a
owned,
Reggie, bro. It was a good belt.
yeah, I've owned some pretty. I'm not saying his. I'm just saying in general. I mean, I've owned some shitty belts in my time and stuff.
Yeah,
And you
me
know what?
too.
And I'm not saying his is shitty. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying is and stuff. When I've seen these, if somebody was happy with it, hey, congratulations. I'm glad. I'm glad you're happy. Why there's this need to tear down somebody, and it's been, it's not new. And,
No,
why there's this need to tear down somebody who's happy with what they got. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't,
it's a self-esteem issue, I think, bro.
I don't know what it is, but it just, it's just, and you know what? You gave the best advice to them. Like you said, block those people. That way you never have to see them again. Don't post in their groups. Leave their groups. The hell with them. Leave their groups.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Some of these people, they'll say to you, and I know this for a fact, they will say to you, oh, it doesn't matter. You left or whatever, left my group. No, it does bother them.
Yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
watch the numbers. If they see a few people leave or something, that they know what's going on. What's going, and stuff. I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. I can't tell you right now. And it's nothing personal against anybody who is or has left our group. I'm just saying I don't know right offhand the amount of members that are in our group. I don't,
Nah, I don't know either.
because I don't look at that.
I
Like,
do know we have. I do know we have 200,000 on our page though.
yes, I look. I don't. Not that I don't care, but I kind of don't. Like, it's like if you want to be here, good, great. If you don't, then don't. It's like, but there are people who this is their. How many people have we heard from in the past? People we used to be friends with, maybe even some we still sort of are friends with, who have, hey, I had 2K. Hey, I had 5K members. Oh, and I'm like, and like, what
Yeah, it's
what
weird.
does that do for you? You get something, you get like a gold coin or something, a medal, like a
It's
little
weird, bro.
a little certificate you can put on my wall. It says I had 5K members on the group that I run. Okay, that's
I
nice.
measure success. I measure success differently. I measure success by number one, I have God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit in my life. That's success. My family, my friends, the people I love, that's success. Over 1.5 million fans across platforms, that's success. Um, I'm successful in my work, and I have a pretty cool job. I do what I love. That's success. I never measured myself success wise in a wrestling belt group. I never called myself the boss of a group or a CEO or any other silly title. It's a fucking group. Anybody, like a 14-year-old, could start a group and they're the CEO.
Are you saying
It's
my title is silly?
yeah, yes, yes. My Ricky Steamboat belt got like a lot of good positive reaction, right? But I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like that belt's fucking ugly, and they're gonna say it. And so what? You think that's gonna break me? That
Yeah.
some douche canoe on the internet thinks that I don't give a shit. I like it. Ricky likes it. We're the two people that own it. So I don't care if the
Well,
whole rest of the world hated it. It's nice that people like it. That does make me feel good. But if dude, I got so much heat over the Trump belt. Like I got called every name in the book, right? Ron Edwardson, who made the belt, got called every name in the book. And you know what? He's still making the belts. I'm still posing with the belt, and we're still doing what we do. And fuck everybody.
no, I get it. Yeah, I still have mine downstairs in my living room on my
Yeah.
mantle,
So
placed
I
right
mean,
there. And it's gonna stay there.
let people hate. Let people do what they want to do. And listen, there's a million reasons to hate me. And if you can't think of any, I can give you some if you message me.
That's true. He will.
I really will give you a list of reasons to hate me. There's a lot. Um, but you know, wrestling belts really ain't one of them. I don't think. Who Like I never seen people are like obsessed with other people's collections. It's fucking weird. It's the C4 controversy when the C4 came out. Like those of us that owned it, and then other people were like crapping on it. I got classic shields, and who cares? Who cares? Like you enjoy your belt, great. I enjoy my belt, great.
You
Move
have a
on with your life.
you have a C4. I have a shop Ryan. We're both happy.
I have a shop right also. It's a very
Yeah,
nice belt.
yeah. So who gives a shit? I don't care.
By the way, speaking of, they brought back the ECW heavyweight, the Brahma Bull,
Yeah,
and the spinner today. And I said I'm not going to buy it.
but
And then I bought the spinner,
but
and I am shipping it forthwith to one Mr. Richard Simpson for restoning. And then after it's restoned, I will ship it off to Antonio Mendoza for leathering. He doesn't know that yet, but if he's watching, he knows it now. So I just shipped a different belt to him for releathering. And if you do need releathering, Antonio Mendoza, highly recommend. Red leather, highly recommend.
now here's the question, because I sent Carmine my SmackDown blades. Are you going to get that restoned?
I am.
Okay, I'll make sure you send.
Because it would look silly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I was just wondering. Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
thinking.
it would look silly if I didn't. So yeah, I will. And I wanted to buy I wanted to buy the spinner restoned and releathered already, but I couldn't find anybody putting it for sale. So finally, I just like it came back in the shop, and I was like, "F it, I'm gonna get." I hate the strap on that belt, which is why I didn't get it originally. I got it twice and sold it twice because I hated the strap. But to re-leather it and restone it, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm not, and whatever. When I get it, when I get it, I got a few belts right now that I got two or three that are being leathered by Red. I got one that's being leathered by Antonio. I got Simpson restoning one. I got him restoning the V1 Undisputed to Cody Rhodes. But now I'm thinking about getting the V2 and having that restoned also, just so I can get the base plates on it from Daniel Ripley. Because I really like how that looks. So I would have two of them. Um, I don't know. I get bored.
Well, here's a little something I want to hear about. You had touched upon this to me last night, but didn't go into much detail. You said you want to talk about a little situation involving a certain company from overseas that you've been waiting on
Ah.
from.
So I saw, I think it was Ethan, maybe. Like, forgive me if I'm wrong. I thought it was Ethan. Anyway, I saw him in the group. Maybe he was just in the comments talking about classic shields, and I said, it's interesting. 'Cause I got really beautiful belts from them. They made my company belts. I got them in like a year. When I got them, I placed an order for a crumb rind and for a winged eagle on lavender. Now I've since gotten the shot belt on lavender and what have you. So I was reading. I want to say Ethan. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I was reading the comments today, and man, Classic Shield's taking a long time and this and that. And I said, when did I order that? I ordered the premium deluxe super booper whatever crumb run before I got the C4. Like, and so I went and looked. It was June of 2022 when I placed order. We're now in March
Yeah, you're
of
approaching 3 years.
2025. June will be 3 years since I placed that order. I have heard from them 0 times since 2023. 2023 is the last time I heard from them on the status of the order. And
Huh.
somebody said it cannot take 3 years to make a belt. It can fucking not. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because I can get to Alianis and he can make me a crumb rind, a good crumb rind, not a C4, but a good crumb rind in 4 months. The C4 took 4 months.
I was going to say you could get a C4 in less time than that.
The
Yeah.
C4 took 4 months. Okay. Alianis could bang out a really good HD. To me, looks as good as Classic Shields all day, every day. On Lavender HD in 3 months or less. So I'm obviously I'm not even bothering to message them to cancel the order. So when it's done, I'll tell them to sell it to somebody else. Like I have no use because what the fuck? 3 years and not a word of communication. 3 years.
You know,
Plus, I just had to buy a computer today for $5,000, which really pissed me off because, well, my own stupidity.
well, we know that, but the I mean, but
But I'm just thinking about it now that I said that. Nick's gonna message me and be like, "I could have got you a deal."
but here's the thing though. Here's the thing. We've heard this kind of story before from great makers and even American makers, that all of a sudden it's like, oh, it goes from like a year wait time to a year and a half to 2 years to a little over 2 years to 3 years to 4 years to 7 years to 11 years to 46 years. It's like, is Classic Shield starting to go down that road where they're,
Definitely,
huh?
definitely.
I
I
mean,
think they're getting into Milliken territory now. 3 years, three
and
years.
no updates either. That's except for
Right?
like updates in 2 years. So like, have they even been working on your belt?
No way.
Or is it just in the queue somewhere sitting waiting to be started?
Yeah, nuts. I understand that there's certain people that cut the line, and I'm sure I could pay them enough to cut the line if I wanted to. But why would I do that?
Yeah.
Why? I can go to Alianis and get the same fucking belt, the same fucking quality. Why would why would I do that?
Well, and the other thing too, this is why I won't buy from Classic Shields, because I'm sorry, I'm not a patient person. I don't
And can
want.
you imagine the balls? the balls of not only making people wait 3 years, but raising your prices.
Yeah.
They raised their prices. Like that's nuts.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. We don't have any tariffs on them over there, do we?
No,
Yeah,
no.
so exactly. Yeah.
Which was another thing because I saw people ragging on Panetta about his exclusive series or whatever it is. Like, dude, all right, so it's not your thing, but it's his thing, and it makes him happy. Why does it make you happy to shit on somebody else? Now, normally I would say it's because you can't afford it, right? And that's what pisses you off. But some of these people can afford it. I know them. Like some of them can afford it. So I don't know what they're pissed off about or why they're being dicky about it. Like,
Again, let's go back to the Crumrine Big Gold. You can afford the C4. I technically could, but it would be it would be a bit painful. But for a more affordable option for me was the Shop Rhine. I don't hate you because you own a C4.
no, and I think the
I'm
C4,
happy with what I got.
I think the C4, I think the C4 is also for somebody who that particular belt's really high on their list
Yeah.
of favorites, right? So I think the shop Rhine is a tremendously good alternative. I'm a big fan. I think it's better than the Fandu, in my personal opinion. You own both. You could tell me. I own both. I did own both. Um, yeah, I think it's a great belt, man.
Well, I mean, at one
Um,
point the Fandu was the gold standard, pun
yeah,
intended,
yeah.
for the belt. But you know what? I never owned the Lux version because I heard too many problems with that, with tarnishing and issues with that and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, no,
Well,
it's,
the Lux that we have though is the Ready to Rumble.
yeah, but that's not a Lux though.
It is a Lux. It is a Lux. Just the
No,
colors are inverted.
no, it's not Lux Carmine. I don't believe it
Oh,
is.
look on the website. It is classified as a Lux. I promise you.
I'm fair. I'll be right back. Hold on a sec, because I have it upstairs. Let me turn my camera off here for a second. How the fuck do I do that?
Well, you don't have to get the belt. You just go to their website. It says
No, no,
Lux.
no, no. But I mean, I physically have the belt here, so I want to see it.
I mean, I have the belt right there. But I'm not getting up.
Yeah, why the hell can't I? Why can't I turn my camera? Oh, there it is. Because I'm stupid. That's why. I'll be right back. Hold on.
He gets stupid. He shoots an arrow like Cupid.
That's right. Well, can I
He,
say? But I could still be awarded.
he says a word that don't mean nothing, like lupid. Um, yeah, but I think again, going back to what I said is like worry about you. Like worry about you being happy, and if other people, if it brings them joy to like crap on your stuff, let them crap on it. Ultimately, you're the one that has to care. You get a brand new car. Nick Carnival got a really, really beautiful car. And he came over to my house and he showed me the car. And the car's fucking hot. But if I hated the car, if I was like, "Oh God, this car sucks," it doesn't. It's a really awesome car. But if I had said this car sucks or whatever, he wasn't going to enjoy that car any less, right? So I mean, again, really, just like you have to ignore people that hate on you. There's people that get belts that the Jeff Hardy belt. I'm not a big fan of that belt at all. But if you like it and it makes you happy, that's all that matters. You don't have to make me happy with your belt. You don't have to make 10 other people happy with your belt. It's your belt, right? So the one piece of advice that I wish Jonathan would have taken from me, and hopefully he will in the future, is you gotta block that shit out because it doesn't matter. If that takes away from your enjoyment, then you're not getting the belt for the right reasons. If the reason you're getting the belt is to impress other people, then you didn't get it for the right reasons. If the reason you got it is to enjoy it yourself because it's something you want, those are the right reasons. But if that's the reason you got it, then other people's opinions aren't going to matter to you. And so if they do matter to you, chances are you got the belt for the wrong reasons. You got it to impress other people, and that's never the right reason.
No, you're correct. It is indeed the Lux style. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought it was just one of the older ones that they just inverted the colors on. But you're right. It is the Lux. It is the more one. I don't know why. I thought offhand, I just thought it was like one of the regular ones. So I don't know. I screwed up.
It is a Lux, just the colors are inverted.
Yeah,
Well,
I screwed up.
you're screwy.
That's great. How many people do you think we pissed off tonight? At least four, right?
I could think of I can think of a couple.
1, 2, 3. I can think of at least 3.
I
Definitely.
can think definitely the guy who strong arms makers into giving him free shit because he has a group with 3,000 people in it. He's definitely high on the list of people we pissed off. And
Yeah.
I know that I'm not saying I actually held my tongue on that for years, but makers had come to me and told me that shit a ton of times. It's not even a well kept secret in the hobby. A lot of people know about it.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Well, well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't say a name, but I posted on screen. That could be bad. I don't know. I'm a little worried now.
I don't know. Whatever. Let him pounce. I don't give a
and again, by the way, we're busting balls here. We're having fun. You know,
It's
everybody
supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be fun.
have some
But
fun.
what's going to happen? Let me make a prediction.
Okay, you go ahead.
Tonight in Nerd Chat, there's going to be all kinds of talk about everything we said.
Yeah.
Oh, those fucking guys. Oh, let's pounce on them. Listen, tomorrow morning,
He told them keep their mouths shut.
go into all the groups you can and say all the crap you can about me. And I'm going to care just as much as you think I will. You can be a hothead, but like I said, you can't let other people take away from your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Who cares if they don't like it? Who cares? And there's nothing you're going to say that's going to make them like it.
This is for you, sir.
I did. I did order it. I didn't get it yet, David, but I did order it.
Okay, there we go.
And I am getting your text. I just can't respond right now because we're live.
I just again, best advice is just don't care. You know, and I know people. Listen, here's the other thing that will happen now. Well, they say they don't care, but they made a live about us and they talked about us. And blah, blah,
We
stuff.
didn't. We didn't. We actually had this live planned on Monday.
Yeah.
Before any of this shit happened. We were just going to come on here and bullshit and have fun. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to get to the point that I wanted to bullshit about before we go.
Yeah, because I only got like 5 more minutes. So.
What, your wrist hurts? What? Limp there? What? Anyway. Well, you're going like this. There's nothing there. If it hair, Italian hair there.
That's my watch in the other room.
So I saw this and this pissed me off. Actually, this really pissed me off. This is some actual wrestling content, by the way. Somebody posted a whole big thing about how WWE has dropped the ball with Jey Uso, and he's shown that he's not ready for WrestleMania main events because he was booked. He struggled with who the hell was it? Grayson Waller this past Monday and stuff, and
As if they're really fighting.
Yeah, nobody's going to believe that he could beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Nobody's going to believe he should be in that spot. And I laughed to myself, and then I got angry because I'm like, well, yeah, like this isn't a real fight. This isn't a real match from like 1910. I mean, he was booked that way because they have him positioned as the underdog going into WrestleMania, so you want to keep him as the underdog if that's the character arc you're going with for him. And I'm thinking to myself, and then I saw these other posts about people, he's the reason that sales are down for WrestleMania and this and that, because people don't want to see him at Spa. He doesn't belong at Spa. And I thought to myself, all you sons of bitches, you up until he won the Royal Rumble, Jay, yeet,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yep.
As soon as he won the Royal Rumble, people were like, how does he win that? How could he win that? What is this? How could this happen? Wait a minute. I thought you liked this guy. I thought you wanted to see him get to the top. I thought you wanted to see him get pushed. Now he's going to get pushed to probably the biggest spot so far in his career, and now everybody's shitting on it. And it just made me laugh.
They did the same thing with Roman.
Yeah. It made me laugh how fickle and how just insane wrestling fans could be. I mean, you're getting what you wanted. And by the way, these people complaining about it are the same people who once he does, if I shouldn't say once he does, because I mean, we don't know what the booking is, but if he wins the title at WrestleMania, guess what? They'll be the ones buying the Yeet shirt in black with gold lettering. They'll be the ones that buy the shirt that says "Yeet like a champion." They'll be the ones buying the Yeet belts with the world heavyweight plates with a Yeet strap on it. They'll be the ones lining right up to buy, and it just makes me laugh. And then I realize, you really
I'll
here's
be buying none of that, by the way. And I
here.
like Jay, but I'll just be buying none of that.
Honestly, I think here's a major difference between our generation and the current generation of wrestling fans. They're not happy. Like, no matter what you do, they will never be happy. We
So
you know you give them exactly what they want, and
even
they're still not happy.
even in the early 2000s, as promoters, we would always say, never book for the internet, always book for the casual fan, because the internet fans change their mind on a dime. They're never happy. They're only actually happy when they're complaining because they want to feel like they're smarter and that they know more than the next guy. And so the only thing that makes them happy is trying to act like the smartest person in the room. So it's never wise to book for internet fans because, as you astutely pointed out here, they're never happy.
No, I've never seen anything like it. You give them exactly what they want, and then the next week they're shitting on it, and it's like, you know,
All those years they chanted for CM Punk, right?
yeah.
Until he came back. It was just to do something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
I mean, to me, it's just it's sad. It really pissed me off. It really did. And by the way, there's a reason that WrestleMania tickets are not selling well. And you know what that is, folks? That's the fact that they've priced the normal people out of being able to get them. The prices are now frigging insane for WrestleMania tickets. Like, I mean, we're eclipsing Super Bowl prices now for some of these tickets. And I'm like, yeah, let's be honest. Am I happy he's in? Yeah, absolutely I'm in. But still, the economy has a ways to go. It's being worked
yeah,
on. It's not great yet again. And when you say, oh, ringside seat is now like $5,000. What the frick? I'm not. I actually saw something that blew my mind. So they're offering for the Hall of Fame this year. They're offering these VIP passes. Okay, now you get like either a second or third row seats for the ceremony. You get to meet Triple H and Lex Luger backstage, and apparently you get to go up on the stage. I'm assuming before the show and like where the podium is and stuff like standard. Take
make
that.
sure you watch the backstage area.
Okay. And the what do you call it? And I'm laughing because you know how much that costs? That's $8,000. $8,000.
That's
I,
nuts.
I mean, again, they've overpriced people out of this. I'm guessing this is for you, sir.
What?
What I put up on screen here.
Hold on 1 second. Yes.
Well, David, they're gonna rip on us all. Rip us apart. Go enjoy yourself. Have fun. Have fun. But yeah, I'm actually disgusted with modern wrestling fans overseeing this. And nobody should care what I think, but I am. Sorry. I just am. That really pissed me off. You get exactly what you wanted. And that now it's like, Jey Uso, nobody cares, and he's going to bring rings down, and he's the reason ticket sales are because Jey Uso himself determines whether people or not go to WrestleMania or not.
I mean, there's other matches on the card.
Last time I checked, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are. Yes. Oh, and who we got here? We got somebody who is backstage. I'm bringing him on, sir. Okay. Addison Stage Vinny.
Can you hear me?
We
We
can
can
hear
hear you.
you,
We
sir.
can't see you.
Where have you been, Michael and Carmine? Where have you been all my life?
I believe I sent you a text today or yesterday.
You did. You sent me a Rambo figure, and
Dude, big rubber guys, they're making them.
oh, I love big rubber guys, but
I know you do.
I saw they're coming out with a Rambo figure, and I saw Mike is almost done with Cobra Kai.
I actually finished it last night, finally.
I didn't even watch it
Ooh.
yet. I didn't watch season 6 yet at all.
Yeah, Daniel dies. That's crazy.
Shut up.
There you
I
go.
know that's not true because he has a movie coming out this summer.
What I really didn't expect was for his wife to go with Terry Silverton. That was really tough for me. You know, but yeah.
And then when Peyton List got naked, that was the end of the whole thing. Like,
Well, that's what Netflix, buddy. You can do what you want on Netflix, right? Yeah.
I listen. I'm trying to. I've been trying to get in Joey's head here. For some reason, Joey is still a Yeet Meister, and he believes that Jey Uso deserves the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. Probably.
does.
And I said, no, he does not. I
He
told
Not
him.
night two.
does.
Not night two. Not night two.
Not night 2, night 1.
Listen, Joey says he deserves Night 2.
Not night two.
He,
I won't
he's a
go that.
he's a bigger draw than heel Cena. This is all what Joey tells me.
Well, that's nuts. But
No, that's crazy.
he's over like Rover, bro.
Is he really?
He is. Look at the fans. Forget the internet. Fucking 5% of the audience internet mark guys. The kids who are making their parents buy the merchandise, they love him.
Oh yeah, he's like a top 3 seller, merchandise seller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then why? Then here's the thing. Why have WrestleMania in Vegas?
That's
You know, if you want the kids to show up and buy the Yeet belts and the Yeet merchandise, they haven't even sold out.
Vegas has a more of a family-friendly vibe now than it used to have, I think.
Do you see the ticket sales for WrestleMania? It's crazy.
The ticket sale, but when you're charging thousands of dollars for a fucking wrestling ticket, I mean, my mom wanted to get me front row for WrestleMania 4. May she rest in peace. Today is the 8-year anniversary of her passing.
Oh shit! Rest in peace.
So thank you. So it's been a rough day.
Oh my god!
But I remember she wanted to buy me front row tickets for WrestleMania, and they were $100 a piece. WrestleMania 4.
Oh.
And I was like, Mom, it's too expensive. I was like, as a kid, I'm like, watch it at home. We'll see it better. We'll enjoy it better.
Yeah.
But I didn't want my mom to spend that kind of money. $100. If I knew then what the price is going to be.
I remember I had a chance at WrestleMania 15. I went to a Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 15, and they were doing a pre-sale. You had to send in like this little stub they gave you, and you had to write a check for the ticket you wanted, and it was $500 for front row WrestleMania 15.
Wow.
Now it's $500 nosebleed.
Nosebleeds.
$600 to be all the way to
and
the
wrestling
top.
And the wrestling's not half as good.
Nah. You're sitting there, you Jey Uso versus Gunther, a snooze fest. I'm paying $600 to sit in the sky.
Well, listen, I think if you're going to call that a snooze fest, the onus really isn't on Gunther for that. I'm sorry, Jey Uso rather. Gunther is not an exciting character.
Here's my thoughts on the whole thing, Vinny, and this is why Jey Uso has. I'm trying the vibe he has. I'm trying to think of what I would want to describe it.
You know the vibes.
He makes the kids get excited.
He does. He does.
The kid,
And you have a situation where you have Gunther, who has basically done absolute shit since he's been the champion.
Yeah, that's true. He hasn't had a memorable run, to be honest.
No, at all. And then you have him on one side, and then you have Jey Uso, where all the kids are going,
oh my god,
and stuff. If you're WWE, I think you look at that and you say, well, we got bland European guy over here, and we got the guy all the kids love and sells tons of merchandise over here. I don't think it's too hard of a too hard of a thing to juggle there.
And the thing is, man, there's a reason Dean Malenko was never world champion. You know what I mean? He was the best wrestler on the show, but there's a reason.
Jey Uso gives me like Budios vibes. The kids love.
Okay, well, guess what? Budios made a lot of fucking money.
And remember that run by the Budios, Kofi Kingston's run. Remember that. Remember that. I'll always go back to that one.
Okay, He's no Kofi Kingston. No, Kofi Kingston should have never been champion. They wanted a guy from New Day to be champion. It should have been Big E. Duh.
Well,
They
they did
picked
eventually,
they
but
picked a guy with a concave chest
But
instead
yeah,
of our
the
heavyweight
fans
champion.
wanted him. They were behind him. Remember, he stepped
Yeah,
in for Elimination
but
Chamber.
they
They
were
were
internet
behind him. They wanted him as
fans.
champ.
They wanted Daniel Bryan too, and they both sucked.
I'll tell you right now, if Jey Uso wins the world title, his run won't be longer than 3 months. 3 months.
SummerSlam. I'll give him till SummerSlam. Maybe.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Transitional champ. They'll sell a bunch of yeet belts and they'll keep it moving because he won't draw ratings.
I mean,
Well,
no, I
that-
think he draws ratings. I think he draws ratings. Maybe I'm seeing something you guys aren't, but I'm seeing that fan reaction is fucking incredible.
Well, no, I think when you're there and there's a song playing and you see the crowd, you get into it, you get involved, But do you really go home and
They're
buy a
buying
bunch
his
of Yeet
shit,
shirts?
bro. They're buying his shit.
Man, did Joey get to you before me?
The numbers don't lie. They're buying
Did
his
Joey get
merch.
to you?
They're buying the merchandise, Vinny.
Let me put it to you this way: for my son past year in 2024, I ended up getting him 2 Jay shirts and the Intercontinental with the Jay Uso side plates.
And Mike's son
he loves Jay Uso.
Mike's son is 53 years old. So
then you know what? Then maybe I'm getting old. What's happening?
Well,
what's happening here?
Wrestling isn't for us anymore, Vinny.
I know.
It's not for us anymore.
I look at Jey Uso, and God bless him, but to me, him and Seth Rollins should be sitting in the crowd watching the show. Now, Seth Rollins is a great wrestler, probably the greatest wrestler in the world. He's 156 pounds. He should be sitting in the crowd. He should buy a ticket, and he should be watching the matches.
Yeah.
I can't stand a wrestler that's like less than 260 pounds. I don't want to. I don't want to see him.
Listen, if Seth Rollins had debuted 15 years early, if he had been 15 years younger, debuted back then, he would have been WCW as one of the cruiserweight division guys.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm the only thing I'll tell you right now. Thank God that Cena heel turn happened because I was not excited for Mania at all. I really wasn't. At all. This gave me a little spark of interest here, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
The Rock and Cena and Rhodes are making this thing happen.
That's a fun angle. I'm loving it.
If I'm booking WrestleMania, Rhodes, Cena, Rock, that's main event night 2. I think that's easy. And Uso and Gunther, that's my opener night 1 to get that crowd going.
Yeah, I would definitely put his opener. I'd put his pre-show, to be honest with you. As they're.
But you know what? They did that last year too. The World Heavyweight opened the show last year on night 2. So
What was I think the main events are still open. They have. Is the women's title? Is it going to be is it going to be a triple threat?
Who cares?
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they may put that as main event. They may.
Oh yeah,
they may.
It's great.
I hope not. Hopefully they're not that stupid. You know what though? There's been actual talk of Punk versus Reigns versus Rollins being the main event of night 1.
Oh, then you would make that main event.
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. And then I got to go. Let me explain something to you guys. Any women's match that involves more than 2 women is a train wreck every fucking time.
You're right. Yeah.
Every time.
Right.
It's always a train wreck.
Look at any elimination chamber. Look at any women's match multi-tag match. Yeah. I forget what the hell one we talked about.
The main event of WrestleMania that time.
Yeah, but even beyond that, there was I remember just not long ago watching what the hell match was it? Shit, I don't remember. And I'm like, Survivor Series, and you compare the men's Survivor Series War Games match to the women's, and I'm watching the guys and they're fluid and they're flying over.
Yeah.
And you're watching the women, it's like.
That was a terrible match. I remember that.
So choreographed. I'm like,
Nia Jax was the worst. It was Nia. Nia was the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my
the
God.
punches. Oh, the worst punches in wrestling history.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I still watch it. We'll see what happens.
With that being said, I got a jet.
Me too. I just wanted to jump in and say hi to you guys.
I'm so glad to hear from you.
Yeah, nice hearing from you too, brother. I've been busy, but I saw you on. I was like, let me jump in and say hi to these boys.
You never text back. Too
Yeah,
big. You're a big star now. You can't.
I'm busy. You know, I've been traveling. It's crazy. I have to let you know what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
traveling a lot.
Well, I heard about some of the films you produce, so I kind of have an
Yeah,
idea what you're doing.
yeah, I'm pretty. You ever see the movie Kids from like 1995?
No.
All right, never mind. Anyway,
You were in a movie with kids?
check it out. That's the title, Kids.
I know of. I haven't seen it, but I know of the movie you're
It's a
talking.
cult classic.
So
It's
I
a
know.
cult classic.
It's a
You
cult
know,
classic?
it really is. It was actually, I think, the first film in to go to theaters rated NC-17. I think, if I'm not
No.
mistaken.
No, there was one more.
It wasn't the Stallone one, was it? Italian Stallion. I don't think that hit theaters
No, that
though.
didn't go to theaters, but there was one more. I cannot remember what it is. Mike.
Actually, you're both kind of wrong here. The actual first theatrical movie to go NC-17 was the infamous Showgirls.
That's the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I could have sworn that would have been after Kids. I guess
That
not.
movie was basically a porn.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
I
that
I
Showgirls first.
I wore that DVD out
if
when I
you
was a
have
kid.
it on Blu-ray, if you have like some of the special editions of that on Blu-ray are actually worth a lot of money. Like
Really?
those Criterion Collection ones or those Steel books.
Why?
Showgirls is a specific one that I saw that's worth a lot because they only made a limited run of them.
Yeah.
Like a really small few
Yeah,
were
I
made.
actually still have no, I watched that movie like 180 times, 150 times. I still have no idea what it was about. I don't know what the storyline
I
was
totally
at
forget
all.
what it's about too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forget. I haven't seen that in years since I
I
was a kid.
watched it more than I watched The Godfather, but I couldn't tell you what the storyline is.
Showgirls. Wow. I forgot about that one. So that's the first one, theatrical NC-17, huh?
I believe so because I remember it was a big thing when it came out that it was going to be NC-17.
I think Eyes Wide Shut, actually, I never saw that, but I think Eyes Wide Shut was NC-17.
I think it was supposed to be,
Yeah,
and then he died. The director died before it came out. He passed away. So
Yeah.
they made it rated R to make it to theater, and I think they
Well,
released like a
they
director's cut
changed.
after.
Well, they
It is, yeah.
changed some stuff, and if you actually know what the deleted scenes were, it's actually more twisted and occult than what you actually saw. If you can believe that,
That's
so
crazy. I just saw that movie like last year too. I revisited
it's
it.
really bad. If you know what that movie's about, if you really know what that movie's about,
Crazy movie.
it's bad. It's
Yeah,
really
Wait,
bad.
it's crazy.
I got before we go, I got even some more mind blowing information for you. Not only again would do as Showgirls, but apparently released in 2011, Showgirls 2, Pennies from Heaven.
Oh my
Never heard of it. Was Elizabeth Berkley in that?
I don't believe so. The only
They
thing I
released
got,
a sequel?
it says Penny Slot, a stripper from Las Vegas, tries to become a star dancer on a dance television show. Release date December 27, 2011, with a budget of $30,000.
And
Now
probably
that's a
straight to
film.
DVD.
Now that's a film you can have a BAM watch along with and not worry about a DMCA takedown because no one knows it exists.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
But I think you probably have a problem with the content being on YouTube.
Possibly.
Pennies from Heaven is what it's
Pennies
called.
from Heaven. Okay, so Showgirls was 1995, and let's see when.
I think Kids was 95.
Okay, Kid, yeah, 95 as well. Let's see.
It was the year. It was the NC-17 arc of film.
Okay, wait. Kids was July 28th, 1995. Let's see when Showgirls was.
Write this
Showgirls.
down, Carmine. Write
Oh
this down.
no! Oh, you're right, Vinny. Showgirls was September
There it
26th.
is. Yeah,
Okay, so
Kids.
2 months. It beat it by 2 months.
You got to watch Kids. It's
Showgirls, listen, it beat Showgirls by 2 months, and then a lot of people beat it to Showgirls. So
4 months.
for 4
By the way, if we have any first-time watchers here, this is Bam right here. This is classic Bam. Yeah, we talk about whatever. We went from wrestling to Showgirls. But
Did you have your state of the hobby addressed? Everything good? You got it all out?
We did.
yeah,
All
we
right,
said
good.
we pissed probably a whole bunch of people off, which is fine.
Yeah.
Also, the hobby is dead. Try selling
it-
something and not in
It'll
a
stay.
raffle.
I've realized that all that hobby stuff stays in like the Facebook world.
It really
doesn't move
does.
from there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You know. So I have no idea what's happening.
All right. I love you guys. God bless you.
All right, boys. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Take care, everybody.
Later.